The complete work of Swami Vivekananda, video 45. 39. When the cause of bondage of the chitta has become loosened, the yogi, by his knowledge of its channels of activity, the nerves, enter another's body. The yogi can enter a dead body and make it get up and move, even while he himself is working in another body, or he can enter a living body and hold that man's mind and organs in check, and for the time being act through the body of that man. That is done by the yogi coming to the discrimination of Purusha and nature. If he wants to enter another's body, he makes a samyama on that body and enters it, because not only is his soul omnipresent, but his mind also, as the yogi teaches. It is one bit of the universal mind. Now, however, it can only work through the nerve currents in this body, but when the yogi has loosened himself from these nerve currents, he can work through other things. 40. By conquering the current called udana, the yogi doesn't sink in water or in swamps. He can walk on thorns, etc., and can die at will. Udana is the name of the nerve current that governs the lungs and all the upper parts of the body, and when he is master of it, he becomes light in weight. He doesn't sink in water. He can walk on thorns and sword blades, and stand in fire, and can depart this life whenever he likes. 41. By the conquest of the current samana, he is surrounded by a blaze of light. Whenever he likes, light flashes from his body. 42. By making samyama on the relation between the air and the akasha comes divine hearing. There is the akasa, the ether, and the instrument, the air. By making samyama on them, the yogi gets supernormal hearing. He hears everything, anything spoken or sounded miles away, he can hear. 43. By making samyama on the relation between the akasa and the body, and becoming light as cotton wool, etc. Through meditation on them, the yogi goes through the skies. This akasa is the material of this body. It is only akasha in a certain form that has become the body. If the yogi makes a samyama on this akasha material of this body, it acquires the lightness of akash, and he can go anywhere through the air. So, in the other case also. 44. By making samyama on the real modifications of the mind outside of the body, called great disembodiedness, comes disappearance of the covering to light. The mind in its foolishness thinks that it is working in this body. Why should I be bound by one system of nerves and put the ego only in one body if the mind is omnipresent? There is no reason why I should. The yogi wants to feel the ego wherever he likes. The mental waves which arise in the absence of egoism in the body are called real modifications, or great disembodiedness. When he has succeeded in making samyama on these modifications, all covering to light goes away, and all darkness and ignorance vanish. Everything appears to him to be full of knowledge. 45. By making samyama on the gross and fine forms of the elements, their essential traits, the inherence of the gunas in them, and their contributing to the experience of the soul, comes mastery of the elements. The yogi makes samyama on the elements, first on the gross and then on the finer states. This samyama is taken up more by a sect of the Buddhists. They take a lump of clay and make samyama on that, and gradually they begin to see the fine materials of which it is composed. And when they have known all the fine materials in it, they get power over that element. So with all the elements, the yogi can conquer them all.